Alright, this is going to be a bit of a special episode. The special episode that we talked about last week but didn't get to because,
We're professional like that.
yeah, because I was stupid and we recorded 6 episodes of Chrono Trigger instead of 5.
Yeah.
And basically ran out of time. So what this is a fan remake of Metroid 2, which is their game on the original Game Boy.
Okay.
And since this is Metroid's 30th anniversary, and since Nintendo has done fuck all to celebrate it,
Fans did.
yeah. And Nintendo promptly responded with a takedown notice. So,
Fuck you guys.
yeah, fantastic note on that one, Nintendo. So,
as a result, fuck you back.
what we want to do is just show off this magical little game and just the amount of effort that went into it.
It is very well done.
Mm-hmm. And since I've completed it, this can sort of qualify, I guess, as a bit of a review too, which we don't usually do, but I've played it all the way through, and sort of my general opinion on the game is that it is an absolutely fantastic remake of Metroid 2, and it is a remake, not a remaster.
Okay.
I have played Metroid 2.
Okay.
It is not my favorite Metroid game, even remotely.
Okay.
But it is. If there's one addition that would knock it up a tier in my mind, it would be the addition of a map.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, Metroid 2, the remake, as you can tell, has a map. So by default, it's already
Better.
a step ahead of the original game. But it takes it a step further than that.
Yeah, how so?
I actually need to take a second here to figure out where I'm going. Which is another thing that's nice about it, is that it's not as open-ended as Super Metroid and Zero Mission, which I would probably count as the game's single biggest flaw.
Yeah?
But it's a problem that existed in the original game. It's not any fault of the fan translation. It's just
a fault of the original.
Sort of the nature of the game as a whole.
Yeah.
I'm going to end up just running back and forth through this part, so I'm actually going to figure out where to go, and then we'll continue this. Alright, and we're back, and like everything in Metroid, it was right in your face.
Of course, gotta be.
But that's fine. I mean, the thing with Metroid 2 is that for anybody who's played it, you'll notice there's a little counter in the top right of my screen. It says 10. That is the number of Metroids in an area that you have to clear, because the basic structure of Metroid 2 is that you go through the main tunnel, and the main tunnel branches off into the game's locations, and progress into the next location is blocked off by lava until you beat all the Metroids in a location. So you go to a new location, beat the Metroids there, the lava drains a little bit further, and you go deeper into the planet.
Okay.
So there's not going to be a whole lot of sequence breaking.
No.
Like in Super Metroid. Or Zero Mission.
No, sounds like it's very straightforward.
But it's not... It doesn't feel anywhere near as limited as Fusion.
Fusion? I liked Fusion, though.
I like Fusion. As a fan of Fusion, when I say that I like this game better than Fusion, but not as well as the others, that is said with love of Fusion.
Okay.
And they added new bosses, which you will see here.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool looking.
And it brings to light one of the things that I did want to say is that it does feel very fan-gamey.
Yeah?
It feels a nice mix of professional.
Okay.
But it is also very fan-gamey with stuff like this. Like, almost all the new bosses feel There's just no real better way to describe it than fan gamey.
Okay.
And like all of the music has been redone.
Oh,
But
okay.
that also feels like they tried to bring it much more in line with
The more modern ones?
with Metroid Prime. A lot of the music takes inspiration from Prime,
Oh, okay.
and it's very chorus and techno-y sound.
Okay.
So in that sense as well, I would deem it fan gamey. But
Makes sense.
the
But
fan
that's not
gaming
necessarily
never
bad.
gets in the way of how much you enjoy the game. It feels like, see, that's so fan gamey right there.
It gets a fucking jetpack.
It gets a jetpack. Like, do you see
Yeah.
what I mean by like fan gamey? Like
Yeah.
it's goofy. That doesn't, but the
But it's
goofiness
not bad.
never detracts like horribly from the experience.
Yeah.
And the fight is still very fun. It's a nice way to sort of experiment and make the player understand how the spin jump works,
Yeah.
which is how boss fights should work.
It should be. Yeah, get an item and kind of learn to use it.
Plus, considering the only enemies in the original Metroid 2 were Metroids,
Oh, really?
yeah, there were different types of Metroids, but
But they were all just Metroids?
yeah, all you fought in the whole game was Metroids.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
So, having new bosses is nice. It keeps things fresh, especially considering that the Metroids are freaking hell until you get the hang of them.
Yeah?
There's almost a really weird inverse difficulty curve to this game.
Okay, where it's hard until you get it, and then it gets easier.
Well, there's a skill gap, because knowing how to fight the Metroids is a big deal.
Okay.
But also, as you get... They added a bunch of stuff to this game that was not in this game original.
Yeah.
Like super missiles.
Oh, okay.
And the way the beams work are different, and like the gravity suit is in here. There's a whole bunch of stuff that was not a part of the original game
Okay.
that basically break the balance. So like the default Metroids take 5 missiles to kill.
Okay.
Okay. Well, with the super missiles,
Yeah.
super missiles count as 5 regular missiles. 1 super missile does.
Oh, holy shit. Okay.
So like you get the Alpha Metroids, which take 10 missiles to kill.
Yeah.
Now, and then the Zeta Metroids, which I think took like 20 or 15 in the original,
Okay.
and then like the Omega, which took 20 to 30,
Okay.
somewhere in that range, which is a shit ton of missiles.
It's a shit ton of missiles.
But
Or just a couple of super missiles.
Yeah, with super missiles, it sort of reduces a lot of the challenge. Okay, like here's an Alpha Metroid,
Okay.
and I don't have super missiles, so I have to do it the old-fashioned way. But yeah, it really cuts down on the challenge as super missiles sort of just do in all of the Metroid games that have them.
Yeah. No, I'll agree to that. Which, I mean, granted, they try to limit them, but not well enough.
Well, and I don't know if you noticed, but at save points you recover all your missiles and health.
I did notice that.
So it's really nice.
That is nice.
And
How was it in the original?
save points just save your game.
Oh, health.
It's like that. It's like that in most of them, though.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I know in Fusion it was like that, but they just always had a recharge room right next to the save.
But so yeah, like there's stuff like that that sort of breaks the game's original balance, but it's been rebalanced to work pretty well with it. And you've got the new bosses that sort of offset that. The final boss has been completely redone.
Oh, nice.
As you can tell, the graphics are very in line with Metroid Prime, or not Metroid Prime, Zero Mission.
Zero Mission. Yeah.
There's a lot of goofy little side puzzles that aren't that weren't in the original game and feel very fan-gamey, but still feel fine.
Yeah, I mean...
And,
What?
I'm trying to... Oh, and one thing I do love about this game, I wanted to show this, is the control options. You have aiming styles. If you want to do it the Super Metroid or the Zero Mission way, this will select style, whether you want it to be hold like it is in Zero Mission, or select like it is in Super.
Okay.
So there's lots of control options there. And, yeah, I mean, it's just really a well done...
Well done. Yeah, I mean, I haven't played much of it yet, but what I have played, it is really well done.
If you love 2D Metroid, absolutely do not go download it because it's an infringement of Nintendo's protective rights. Don't do it. It's bad. But it's a really, really good game.
It is a good game.
And the best part is that it's fan-made, it was free, and Nintendo doesn't seem to know what the dick to do with the Metroid franchise.
No, they really don't. It's just been getting worse.
We got the speed booster here, which was definitely not in the original.
Oh, really?
No, the speed boost. Super Metroid basically introduced a lot of the stuff that is known to Metroid today.
Okay.
And, like, you can't hear the music right now, but it's very Metroid Prime.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, though.
Yeah. So it's a great update to a classic. I know we do JRPGs on the channel, but I'm a massive fan of 2D Metroid.
Oh, yeah, because I don't know, I love the 2Ds a lot better than 3Ds.
I like the Prime games for what they are, I just don't usually have the time to play through them because they're considerably longer.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to give this game a little bit of attention, a little bit of love. It deserves it. And they sure as fuck have not gotten it from Nintendo. So, that's Metroid AM2R, I believe it's called.
AM2R, yep.
Yep. So, join us next time when we talk about more Chrono Trigger. Happy 30th, Metroid. Fuck you, Nintendo.